NBA insider Mark Stein is reporting that a Pistons source told him that they are 100% confident that Andre Drummond will be dealt before the February 6th trade deadline. Now, with those not familiar, they moved the trade deadline up. It used to come, I think, after All-Star Weekend. This year, that All-Star Weekend is in Chicago. But let's talk a little bit about it. And they also revealed what the package was that Atlanta was trying to give Detroit to acquire Andre Drummond. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And, yeah, man, just keep checking my channel out, man. I do appreciate everybody who support. Best way to support is share the video. Want to make a donation? That information in the description. Best way to do is share the video and check out my main channel. And you won't be disappointed. Goodfellas Sports TV, a lot of sports, music, news, entertainment, and just everything talk over there. So that is Goodfellas Sports TV. But let's talk about the confidence in them trading Drummond, and they are hell bent on that. And basically, like I said yesterday in the live, you don't want to go into the luxury tax and you're not reaping the benefits. You know, you still be in the middle of the road team, and you're not going to progress. Now, if the Pistons were a younger team with younger assets with Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin was a younger guy, maybe I'm just saying around Andrew Wiggins' age, and Derrick Rose was a younger player around, let's just say Trae Young age or Luka Doncic's age, and you was, vying for the ninth, the eighth, the seventh, you was around that area or around where the Pistons are now, you would be fine probably giving Drummond a max deal. You know what I'm saying? Or what close to what he wants. Because you're not hitting your ceiling yet. The team should just get better because you got younger talent, but the Pistons are surrounded with older gentlemen around him. You know what I'm saying? And unsure young talent. I think the only guys that I'm not trading, I'm confident in, is Sivi and Sayoko. All right, Sayoko. Them the only two guys that's untradeable. So other than that, if you were surrounded by Andrew Wiggins, you think he had potential, or Trae Young, or guys that had potential and they were younger and they still gonna get better, then you don't mind paying Andre Drummond that money. But with the team being older and they have a lot of bad contracts, this is why you move him. Obviously they waited too late to move him. And also, he made no second thoughts about it that he's opting out of his contract. So that's why they're probably confident of letting Andre Drummond go, because they know if they sign him, they can't really put talent around him. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. I get it. And he hasn't improved. He hasn't really worked on his post game. He a great rebounder. He good at putting the ball back in the hole. He good at rolling to the basket and catching alley-oops. But he's a dependent position. He dependent on a point guard that really can get up and down the floor, put him in the pick and roll, and really make him good. And we really ain't found that player that really can upgrade Andre Drummond. And that's because, guess what? Reggie Jackson wasn't what he was supposed to be. I think Brandon Jennings was pretty good. But obviously, after the Achilles injury, he was just never the same. In general, Brandon Knight didn't work out. With not having that much cap space, it's going to be hard to find that player. And if I could keep Andre Drummond and I can let Blake Griffin go and I can let Reggie walk and I can clear the cap and build with Andre Drummond, then, I would consider paying Andre Drummond. But he's not a max player just because he rebounds the basketball. He had to be a great defensive player, or he has to be a great offensive player, or a good offensive player, a good defensive player to establish that type of money. But they already know they have to move him or they're going to lose him for nothing. But, hey, before I talk about the package, it may be a chance where they could bring Andre Drummond back. First, what if they do move Blake Griffin and people check out his medical and it works? Reggie Jackson contract come off. So, in Andre Drummond, he a free agent from Atlanta, and he finds out that, Atlanta ain't offer you the $40 million max. They only want to offer you 20. They only offer you 22. And Detroit said, we'll pay you the 28 or 30 that you was making here. It's a situation where Andre Drummond could return. So don't write that off. Don't write that off. It's a situation where Drake could return in free agency. They have some cap space this year. And also, you never know, they might be able to move Blake. So it may be a situation where Drake may return to Detroit. So I wouldn't count that out. But it's the right decision to make. I mean, just the cap too messed up right now. You know what I'm saying? And to go into a luxury tax for this team and these veterans, that's not going to get no better, because the game is a wing game. It's a guard and wing game. And I said this last night, if Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond, I said it several times, if they were on a team in the 90s or the 80s, I mean, you can get away with it. But now it's a 3-point league. It's a wing league. It's LeBron. It's a Trae Young. It's a Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic type of league now. And without those players, you're not going to have a successful time at winning the championship. Now, Andre Drummond was to get one of those dudes, a Luka, a Trae Young, or somebody like that, then, hey, man, I would be like, look out below. He's a problem because he's a dependent position. I think he could be better than Clint Capella, especially if he can just be a little bit more better defensively, but it just seemed to don't be there for him to click offensively or defensively. And I don't know if it's a scouting report. I don't know if it's the coaching in Detroit is not really exploiting him. And I think Dwayne Casey and some of the coaches here ain't got the most out of Drummond. They haven't put Drummond in a position to be successful. So if he go to Atlanta, if he go to Boston, and he be successful, it ain't just because, we let a good guy get away. No, we just didn't get the most out of him because our coaches didn't put him in a position to be successful. I like to see Drummond in a lot of screenplays, top of the key, guys cutting, him passing the ball. I like to see him facilitate more. I like to see him setting more screens, setting more off the ball screens. You know what I'm saying? Rolling off the pick and roll a lot more. So it's a lot of things they can do to make Drummond more successful. But like I said before, if you're not in the right organization, you will get marginalized. That's not just in the National Football League. That's in the National Basketball Association. And one thing I don't like about Dwayne Casey is his lack of creativity in his offensive playbook. You know what I'm saying? It's like he just learned that, hey, the NBA, they all running ISO, top of the key, wing, get to the bucket, but you don't have those type of players other than Derrick Rose. You don't have those players to play like today's NBA. Just because the team's shooting better, it didn't mean they got more wins. So that's something to look at, but let's talk a little bit about the package, man. They saying, and I'll link the article in the description for Bleacher Report under article link, just drop down box to be there, that Atlanta was offering a Brooklyn protected 2020 pick, which if the Nets don't make the playoffs and it's a lottery pick, it turns into a 2021. If it happens in 2021, then it turns into 2022 again. So it's not guaranteed the Pistons get a pick. Right now, the Brooklyn Nets are the 8th seed. They getting Karis LeVert back, and eventually the nutcase Kyrie Irving to come back. So I think they will make the playoffs. I think they may make the playoffs, but then you got another pick right where you at, 16, 17 type of pick. So that don't really help them out, But this is what happened when you wait to trade Dre in the 23rd and a half hour. So, and they probably gonna give him Chandler Parsons contract, so the money will fall off. So perhaps they may not get nothing for Drummond in that situation until 2021 or 2022 in the draft, and then it's a middle of the road draft pick. So obviously I'm not about to give Atlanta no help. In that situation, you got to put in Cam Reddish, Hunter, or some. I don't want no Jabari Parker. I don't want the white shooting guard neither. No, I want an asset back. It may be the asset you don't like the most, but I need an asset back that's younger, that can grow into something. But I know they probably won't part with John Collins III, but then if not, before I take that deal, I bite the bullet and let Drake contract roll off. Somebody got to give me something better than that. In Boston, it's a hypothetical going around 3-team trade with Indiana and Boston and Detroit, where we get Miles Turner back, and I can't remember the deal, but really, it is. This is what they get. They should have been traded Drummond. They should have traded Blake and Drummond at the trade deadline last year, and they would have got a lot more. But they need to be looking to get a lottery pick from a lottery team, in my opinion. But right now, Boston need them. Atlanta can use them. A lot of teams can lose Andre Drummond, but I don't think the free agency is going to be as fruitful for Andre Drummond as he think, unless he goes somewhere and ball out towards the end of the year, and he would have to ball out in the playoffs to get that garnish that type of respect. So for him, Boston would be a good look. I don't know what the Clippers can offer the Pistons to get Andre Drummond. I don't know what type of contracts they got. I know they don't have no picks. I don't know if the Oklahoma City Thunder would think about trading Steven Adams, and maybe they can swing a Schroeder over there and send him over there, because I know they want expiring contracts and assets too in the cap room. You just look at a few teams that's out there. Dallas was interested, but they really don't have no draft capital for a while because they traded for Porzingis. The Wizards might be a team that might be looking at something, but I'm pretty sure the Pistons don't want a John Wall contract, or I don't know what they really can offer. But if you can get their draft pick, and I doubt it, maybe that's something that you can look at. So it's a few teams. Sacramento, I think, is a team that I would be talking to. They really, really young, and they have enough young draft picks where they can probably give up a draftees that they took, like De'Aaron Fox and Bogdanovich and guys like that, where they need a center bad. Bagley and Rashawn Holmes and the other guy they got, Bellicini, whatever. They need a center. So, I think you put Andre Drummond in Sacramento, that fills a void they haven't had since DeMarcus Cousins. You probably get a pick back, and maybe you get the guard Bogdanovich back, and he's a good Vinny Johnson microwave type of guy coming off the bench. He's the wave of the future. I think he's a guy you can build with Ron with Sivi, Sayoko, and you could beat Bogdanovich. You get a draft pick for them. They may make the playoffs or not, but I think Bogdanovich could be a great asset for the Pistons. So we're just looking across the league. You look at the Warriors. D'Angelo Russell not working. So why not flip Russell over there to Andre Drummond? He ain't been healthy, but hopefully you nurse him up to help here. You get a guard and you build around or build with him. So it's a lot of things that they can look at, that can really help the team out. So we'll see what they hash out. Obviously, I see why they haven't dealt him to Atlanta. Atlanta not really trying to cough up much. And before you do that, you might as well just let him drop out roll off the cap before you really trade him for nothing. So the each his own. I mean, Miami may be another team that's looking for a big fella in the middle. Well, they got Bam, so he basically they 5. So I forgot about Bam. He playing really, really well. So we'll see what really happens. But we'll see what happens. I doubt if they trade him to Milwaukee or somebody in the conference or in the division. But we'll have to see. Toronto is a viable spot. I heard the Pistons are interested in Fred VanVleet, which I'll talk about later if I get some time. So, we'll see, man. But I see why the Atlanta deal, it ain't attractive at all. So, they said he's going to be moved by February 6th. But don't rule out him coming back if he don't get what he want on free agency. And if the Pistons can create some room or move Blake Griffin by then and create some cap room. But, hey, let me know what you guys think. I'll put the Bleacher Report article in the description. Don't forget to check out our NBA or our Piston playlist. We got Lions playlist, Piston post-game reaction, Lion post-game reaction, Michigan post-game reaction playlist. So check out our mini playlist. I'll start, doing some draft stuff for the NFL. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. All my information is in the description. You want to make a donation, that stuff is in the description. Cash App, PayPal, or let me know if I should get something better. But the best way to donate is share the video and check my other channel out, Goodfellas Sports TV. One time for the one time, Motor City Sports.